Chuckyy, also known as Chuckyy Wackem, is a rising drill rapper out of Chicago signed to OTF and known for his raw, horror-infused sound. Along the way, he's clashed with names like YFG Fatso, Baby Chief Do-It, and Bloodhound Q50, beef that's played out across songs, live streams, and cryptic IG posts. However, Chuckyy isn't just about the beefs. He has also expressed that King Von hit him harder than he lets on, exposing a side of Chuckyy few fans ever see. In this video, we're digging into the cold wars, quiet resentments, and personal codes that define one of drill's most unpredictable new voices. Charles Edward Davis, known as Chuckyy, was born January 20th, 2006 in Chicago and turned 19 in 2025. He first dropped in 2023 with Rate, but really started building traction off darker records like Me vs. Me, 100 Days, 100 Nights, and Good Aim. His Me vs. Me video passed 3 million views, and by mid-2024, he had over 380,000 on Instagram and 230,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. The numbers helped lock in his deal with Lil Durk's Only the Family. Outside the music, not much is confirmed about his early life. Chuckyy came up on the low end of Chicago's South Side, the oldest of 5, growing up in a city where most kids don't even get a chance to think long-term. He jumped off the porch early, 13, maybe 14, and got kicked out of Thornridge High by sophomore year for fighting. They sent him to the GD program at a local college after that, and he tried to stick it out for his mom. But in a city like Chicago, staying off the streets ain't easy. Almost everybody around you is tied in, and eventually, Chuckyy got pulled in by the streets. While some fans on Reddit question how deep he really got in it, that's just internet talk. Unlike a lot of rappers who go live, post drills, or speak recklessly in interviews, Chuckyy don't feed into that. He keeps quiet, hates interviews, and doesn't move like someone thirsty for views. Instead of putting his ops on songs or his body count on IG, he talks more about getting out. In fact, he once remarked that taking perks was dismissing it as a cliche drug in the drill scene.
If you just pop a perk, yo, go pop in a perk, man. Simple. No reason you should be popping those perks unless the doctors prescribe you with the.
By 18, he had already made it farther than most from his block ever do. In a scene shaped by poverty, homies, and limited options, Chuckyy isn't flashing war stories. He's moving like someone who already made it out the cycle. Chuckyy was the oldest of 5, living with a mom who drove Uber to keep the house running. After getting kicked out of school, he had nothing but time. That's when he decided to try rapping. Locked in his room, he started recording tracks on BandLab and dropping daily clips on IG Reels. In just 2 months, he built a following of 30,000. His first serious song, What They Gon' Do, leaked as an unreleased, and the streets started running with it. People were screen recording it on stories, DMing him to drop it. Eventually, he gave in, downloaded the DistroKid app thinking it would just post on Instagram, paid the fee, and uploaded it. But he didn't realize DistroKid pushes to all platforms. When he finally checked his stats, the track was already at 200K streams. No promo, no rollout, just raw energy. That track eventually hit 1.2 million on YouTube as an audio-only upload. Over a dark, demonic beat, Chuckyy slid with a grimy flow, his voice raspy and boxed in, dissing broke ops and making it clear he knew them in real life. The song's impact was instant. It gave him a buzz the drill scene had to pay attention to. That same momentum brought him closer to Lil Durk. With mutual ties to OTF and the Bloodhounds, the connection made sense. Chuckyy wasn't just some random kid rapping, he was moving through the ranks fast. The day before his birthday, Chuckyy was at the crib with his crew when he found out Durk had already been watching him. Word was getting back that Durk was thinking about signing him. At the time, Chuckyy was already in talks with Alamo Records, the same label Durk signed to early in his career, so everything started lining up. That same week, they locked it in. Durk co-signed it, and the OTF ties became official. From there, Chucky's next major drop was Nike Tech, which touched 1 million views on YouTube. Then came King Tut, which Chuckyy says is his favorite track to date, another song that connected. His newest project, Tweak Till the End, opens with Silver Spoon, where he kicks things off with his signature Come Here ad-lib and raps about chasing down one of his favorite ops like it's personal. The beats stay true to his sound, dark pianos and eerie melodies, perfect for a horror flick. His track Me vs. Me hit 6.9 million views as an audio-only upload, showing just how much his fan base is tapped in. Chucky's only been rapping for a little over a year, but he's already carved out a lane. Coming out of Chicago, making it to 18 is an accomplishment by itself, but Chuckyy didn't just survive it, he ran with it. But when you come from the streets, envy tends to follow. Chuckyy Q50 and Baby Chief explain, in Chicago's drill scene, rumors move faster than facts. An image can make or break an artist before their first album even drops. With two young names, Baby Chief Do It and Chuckyy, coming up at the same time, the internet didn't waste any time trying to pit them against each other. From fake gang affiliations to whispers of jealousy, fans and blogs have been pushing narratives with no proof. But behind the talk are two artists with real motion, industry backing, and their own stories. Here's what's actually verified. No cap, no speculation, just what's been said, dropped, or documented. Baby Chief Do It, real name Jaden Whittier Jones, is 17 and coming out the south side of Chicago. In 2025, XXL put him on their freshman list, making him one of the youngest drill artists to get national exposure this early. That cosign means he's past local buzz. He's officially next up. His name isn't just moving on socials though. His catalog already includes Rollin', The Viper, Nachos, and Rich Guys, featuring Babyfax E. He dropped 2 tapes, Animals Only and Zoo Life, and been featured on tracks like Coolin' with Nino Pade and Plaque Boy Max, New Age YN with Baby Kia, ILBB2, We Love BB2 with Georgiana, and Mirror Mirror with Star Bands. That type of collab list shows he's already tapped into different networks early. He's signed to Artist Partner Group, and his debut album 26 Days, 12 Nights is set to drop in July, signaling he's transitioning from dropping random singles to fully building out his brand. In his XXL interview, he said he draws inspiration from all over: Kanye, Meek Mill, Lil Wayne, Rick Ross, and even scenes in Detroit and New York. It's clear he's not boxed into one sound, even though he's coming up in Chicago drill. In high school, he said he didn't really care about classes, learned more from trial and error than books. In that same interview, when asked who else he thought should have been on the freshman list, he didn't hesitate. He said Vonoff 1700 and Chuckyy, called them both talented with strong momentum, saying if he made it, they deserved it too. But the tension between Baby Chief Do It and Chuckyy became clear when Baby Chief admitted in an interview that he felt like Chuckyy had stolen his spotlight. He didn't hold back, said watching Chuckyy blow up made him question his own place in the game.
Chuckyy Wackem, he was already on and popping. So I really felt like he took all my spotlight. So I ain't gonna do it no more.
Chuckyy, sometimes also known as Chuckyy Wackem, been pushing his name through Chicago's drill circuit heavy. He's locked in with Lil Durk's OTF and already being watched by national media. In September 2024, Pitchfork ran a review on his track Bumblebee, calling him a drill lightning rod. The writer said his voice sounds like he's rapping with nose plugs, with a frantic flow like he's racing the clock before he drowns. They said his beat selection on that track leaned into Michigan-style production like 42 Doug, but with a darker biblical feel. That review showed Chuckyy got something different going with his cadence and delivery. Then in June 2025, Anti-Music covered Lil Crix's single For Me, featuring Chuckyy and Skrilla. They said it brought together 3 aggressive voices in the underground. At the time, Chuckyy had just charted on the Hot 100 with My World, and the article confirmed his ties to OTF and Durk. In the Kill For Me video, they're surrounded by plaques, ice, Maybachs, and SUVs. Standard rap visuals, but it signaled that Chucky's not operating independently. He's got a label behind him, a machine moving with him, and real industry backing. Even though Chuckyy is under Durk's wing now, the internet started pushing rumors about Chuckyy being tied to a crew called Bloodbath. Bloodbath operates around 133rd and King Drive through 133rd in Indiana, supposedly doing robberies, home invasions, and scams. Even with the OTF cosign solidifying his industry status, Chucky's name stayed tied to the streets. His early come-up wasn't clean-cut or industry-made. It was rooted in the same circles as other Southside artists trying to break through. Before any rumors about affiliations or beef started flying, he was tapped in with other Chicago rappers like Q50. They weren't rivals. They were peers, moving side by side through lives, songs, and shared losses. That foundation is what made the later tension so noticeable. Before things got messy, Chuckyy, Q50, and Baby Chief Do It were all part of the same rising wave in Chicago's underground drill scene. They weren't just familiar faces, they had real history. Chuckyy and Q50 had collabs, were on live together often, and shared connections through mutuals like Jeff from Bloodhound, who Chuckyy was tight with before he passed. Chuckyy and Q50 used to be cool, real tight. They had a song together, went live on IG often, joked around, and moved like brothers. Chuckyy was close with Jeff too, a known Bloodhound affiliate who passed away. They'd FaceTime, record, and link in LA. No tension in sight, but things shifted. The issue really started when Chuckyy began distancing himself from the Bloodhounds. Meanwhile, Q50 stayed tapped in, keeps ties with affiliates, and moves like he got no problems with that side. That split in loyalty created a silent divide. Chuckyy probably felt like Q50 was getting too cozy with the ops. Q50 probably felt Chuckyy switched up on their mutuals. Then came the comment. Q50 got asked about Chuckyy on stream and said, "I got a song with him, but I don't really listen to him," placing him in the don't know, don't listen category. That wasn't a diss, but the tone said enough. They weren't rocking like before.
Bro,
I who next?
Chuckyy.
I don't really listen to him. So
Around the same time, they unfollowed each other. And from there, it was clear things weren't right. Chuckyy hasn't dissed any one of these guys in actual songs yet, but he's been trolling. One fan posted their Spotify Wrapped showing Chuckyy ranked above Baby Chief Do It. Chuckyy reposted it, but slapped clown emojis over Baby Chief's name. That was a message. However, this was no surprise since Baby Chief admitted in that interview that he was hating. Said seeing Chuckyy up next to Dirk hurt. Said the photo of Chuckyy with Dirk, Fatso, and others messed with his head. Even his family was calling him, asking why he wasn't the one in those pics. Baby Chief said it got to him so bad he almost gave up on rapping. That's real envy, not street beef, but music jealousy. Q50 and Baby Chief got ties to the Bloodhound side. Chuckyy's OTF and LA based, with major label support behind him. Word is, people around Q50 advised him to ease up on Chuckyy because pressing the issue could mess up industry moves. Labels don't want internal drama, and with Chuckyy being connected to Santa Ana, Alamo, and Dirk, it's bad business to start a war with someone that plugged in. So instead of disses, the beef stayed passive-aggressive. No tracks, just social shade. One move that stood out, when Duke and Young Money died, Shoebox Baby posted a tribute. Chuckyy liked it, but insiders say it was trolling, not respect. His people had allegedly been mocking their behind the scenes. Meanwhile, Vert from Bloodhound liked the same post, but his like was for real. That one post showed the split. Bloodhound still paying respects to the O, Chuckyy on the opposite vibe, throwing subliminals. The whole thing boils down to this: Chuckyy doesn't mess with Bloodhounds. Q50 is one of them. Baby Chief wanted that Dirk cosign, but Chuckyy got it first, and now that tension's sitting under the surface. Labels don't want it to blow up, but the signs are there. Chuckyy keeps trolling. Q50 keeps brushing him off. Baby Chief already admitted to dry hating. No one said anything on wax yet, but the energy's shaky. One diss could flip the switch. Until then, it's Cold War tactics. Clown emojis, unfollows, and backhanded comments and interviews. However, Baby Chief and Q50 aren't the only ones rumored to have a feud going on with Chuckyy. Chuckyy versus everybody. YFG Fatso, Moola. The situation between Chuckyy and YFG Fatso is even more confusing because they used to be on good terms. They were seen together backstage at the studio, moved in the same circles, and never showed any signs of static. YFG Fatso, sometimes called YG Faso or YG Fo, is another drill artist moving under that same label. Ain't much known about Fatso's background, but both of them under the same roof business-wise. In July 2025, Fatso had a video lined up to drop, but the label blocked it. That same day, he hopped on IG and started spazzing. He called out Mellow Bucks, also signed to Santa Ana, and dissed her mixtape saying, "Nobody wanna hear that." Then he came at Chuckyy directly, called him a redhead, and made it seem like if he saw him again, it was up. The tension really boiled over when Chuckyy left a disrespectful comment aimed at one of YFG Fatso's homies. It wasn't a track or a direct diss, just a slick remark buried in the comment section. But in drill culture, that's enough. Fatso saw it, took it personal, and felt like Chuckyy was clowning someone close to him who had passed.
Hey, tell that redhead who always following behind no limit. That ain't in your hood, but go check on them though, you goofy ass.
After this, people called Fatso out for being internet tough. If he really felt some type of way about Chuckyy or his circle, he had a chance to press it at the venue. He didn't. Instead, he waited and went live after the fact. Fatso claiming it was beef with Chuckyy while y'all both signed to the same label made things look messy. From the label side, it's simple. Drama between artists on the same roster messes up marketing, splits fans, and risks sponsorships. So Santa Ana Alamo stepped in and reportedly blackballed Fatso, holding back his video and maybe more. Fatso got defensive, said he was in business mode, and even admitted he had to go get 10K, meaning he showed up to that event for a check, not a fade. That only added fuel to what fans were saying. If you talking tough online but focused on a bag when y'all in the same room, it don't add up. The way the internet works now, one live turns into 10 reaction videos. Fans clipped everything, reposted it, and broke it down frame by frame. Some said Fatso was just trying to stay relevant. He had just apologized for something else involving Mellow Bucks, and people were already saying it was too late. So when the apology didn't hit, he flipped and tried to talk spicy again, this time dragging Chuckyy into it. But the fact remains, Chuckyy never responded. No tweets, no subs, no diss tracks. In every interview, Chuckyy been quiet, saying he's focused on music, not the drama. Ain't no verified stories or sources that point to any history between the two. Fatso said what he said, and Chuckyy kept pushing. At the end of the day, this whole thing looks more like a failed attention grab than a real beef. Fatso played himself by going at two artists tied to the same label that gave him. When you come from the trenches and finally get a deal, that's your chance to level up, get your money, build your name, and keep moving forward. Instead, he started dissing his own team. That's bad for business, and the label clearly didn't go for it. Meanwhile, Chucky's been building momentum through numbers, features, and consistency. He didn't get pulled into any of the mess, and that's probably why the industry's still rocking with him. Bottom line, Fatso talked, Chuckyy didn't. No action came from it. And if it was really like that, it would have gone down backstage. Not after the fact on IG. In Chicago's drill scene, respect is currency and image is everything. Rappers build their names off authenticity. What you say better match how you move. But in today's internet-driven rap culture, it's not just the ops or the block watching, it's YouTubers too. And that's where things start to blur. One of the clearest examples of this tension came when Chuckyy Wackem lashed out at content creator Moola over a reaction video. It started with a single post. It spiraled into a digital standoff that laid bare the uncomfortable line between commentary and clout chasing, between reflection and disrespect. Chuckyy isn't shy about documenting his rise online, his music, his affiliations, even his subtle beefs. He puts it all out there. That's what drew Moola in. Moola runs a YouTube channel that reacts to drill videos, social media clips, interviews, and music from artists like Chuckyy. He's not Trap Lore Ross. He's not Vlad. He doesn't claim to do deep dives or expose hidden truths. His approach is simple. Play the video, speak on it, and give young fans some perspective. His motto, the streets are dumb. Stay out the streets. But after reacting to a Chuckyy clip, things got hostile. Chuckyy wasn't feeling the commentary. He posted a now-deleted IG story calling Moola a blog in and claimed he wasn't getting paid enough to speak on it. He DM'd Moola, allegedly calling him a little girl, and threatened to smack him if he kept making videos. To Chuckyy, this wasn't content. It was disrespect. In drill culture, even neutral commentary can feel like picking sides. And if the subject matter includes real beefs or homies, things can get serious fast.
Bro, you not nobody for me to come link up in person to talk about talk about me? What the?
But Moola didn't back down. In a response video, he laid it all out. I made one video about this man. One, he said. I didn't go in on him. I didn't try to expose him. I just reacted to what he posted. That's where the real irony hits. Chuckyy put his business out there, but didn't want it echoed back. Moola called that out directly. You're a famous rapper who puts beef and street stuff on the internet. Why do you think no one's gonna make videos about it? That's the tightrope a lot of drill rappers walk now. They need visibility. They want streams, reposts, viral clips. But when that same visibility leads to critique or commentary they don't control, it becomes a problem. What Chuckyy saw as blogging was to Moola just the cost of public life. I'm not digging into your personal life. I'm reacting to what you posted, Moola said. I'm a mirror, not a microscope. It's also not about money, because Moola got that too. In his video, he showed receipts. The YouTube checks are real. He's made hundreds of thousands, maybe millions, off monetized content. Most people who are rich don't rap, he said. You can really just make videos and get rich as hell off of it. His goal, he says, is to flip that content into a bigger message. I say in every video, the streets make no sense. Get out the streets. It's not beef baiting, it's guidance, wrapped in reaction. But Chuckyy didn't see it that way. He saw someone talking about him, profiting off his name, and not showing enough respect. That mindset is common in drill circles, where the line between documentation and dissing is razor thin. One wrong word can make a blogger an OP, and because Moola has a platform, his words hit louder, even if he's not trying to start anything. That's the danger of this space. Everything is public. but nothing feels safe. What's wild is that both Chuckyy and Moola are trying to win in the same system. Chuckyy's climbing the industry ladder, rapping his way into rooms most don't reach. Moola's stacking bread from commentary and trying to teach the next generation not to follow the same path. But instead of building side by side, they clashed. Instead of conversation, it turned into threats. Instead of a DM saying, "Yo, chill," it became an example of how fast digital friction can turn real. This isn't just Chuckyy versus Moola. It's about how the drill world views visibility. Artists want exposure, but on their terms. Creators want views, but without the smoke. Labels want content, but no headlines about their artists beefing with YouTubers. The fans, they just want drama, but they don't deal with the consequences when things go left. The real Chuckyy doesn't open up often, but when he does, the walls come down in quick flashes. When asked what celebrity hit him the hardest, he didn't fake it or overthink. He just said, King Von.
What celebrity had the biggest impact on you? It's crazy, it's King Von. I knew it, so I was like, in the crib, up, damn, from them grade. And now, yeah, though, big OTF, long live on.
It wasn't about standing an artist. It was about losing someone who came from the same side of the city, who moved in the same way, who played the same game. Von's didn't just feel tragic. It felt close. It reminded Chuckyy how thin the line really is between a career and a casket. However, this isn't the only personal opinion Chuckyy shared with his fans. Chuckyy says he doesn't care about astrology, but the one sign he brings up is his mom's. She's a Leo and talks too much. He loves her, no doubt, but there's tension under the surface. It sounds like she's the strong personality in the house, and he spent most of his life learning how to hold his ground in that space. That's probably where he learned boundaries early, when to speak, when to fall back, when to move solo. He's got hard lines too. Ask him what turns him off and he doesn't say attitude or drama. He says bad hygiene. That's the deal breaker. If someone smells bad, it's over. For Chuckyy, it's not just about the scent, it's about self-respect. If you can't present yourself right, you're not serious. He might play laid back, but he's watching everything. Chuckyy sees himself as someone solid, loyal, respectful, and chill, even when everything around him is chaotic. Whether it's street politics, online beef, or real-life tension, he believes he handles it all with control. Whatever chaos surrounds him, he sees it as justified. He's been fighting since he was young, kicked out of school for it, always on edge, not because he wanted to be, but because that's what survival looked like where he's from. Fighting wasn't about being tough, it was about making it through the day. That mentality stuck with him. It's part of how he navigates respect, pressure, and presence. He doesn't go for flashy words or corny lines when it comes to women. He'll keep it vague and quiet, let body language and energy do the work. That approach isn't random. It's consistent with how he moves in every area. He's more about feeling than talking. It shows up in regular situations too, like when he lost his ID and had to make it through airport security with nothing but a stack of random papers. That whole experience said a lot. He may not always be organized, but he's always finding a way to push through. He expects resistance and moves ready to adjust. When it comes to faith, it's personal. He hasn't been to church in years, but prayer is part of his daily rhythm. It's not performative. It's a quiet routine that stays consistent in a life where not much else does. And just like with everything else, he sets firm lines. There are certain things he's not willing to do, especially when it comes to boundaries. He has a strong reaction to anything that crosses his comfort zone or messes with how he sees himself. There's a limit, and once it's passed, that's it. That same mindset shows up in how he handles relationships. He won't post his girl, not because he's hiding her, but because he doesn't want the outside world involved. If it's solid, it doesn't need social media validation. Public attention brings problems. He prefers to move quiet. Even in moments where people expect him to say something wild, like where he's had, he doesn't overplay it. He keeps it real. Nothing too reckless, nothing that puts him in a situation he can't control. That's the pattern with Chuckyy. He'll entertain the chaos, but only when the risks make sense to him. Fame has started to bring a new type of pressure. His DMs stay full, fans acting like they've known him forever, dropping names, sending heavy messages, and while he doesn't say much about it, you can tell he doesn't like how blurred the line is between real life and the internet. That kind of access makes him cautious. He doesn't trust it. All of this ties back into how he sees himself and how he presents to the world. He's not trying to be polished. He leans into being raw, gritty, and unpredictable. The trolling, the energy, the way he interacts online. It all reflects someone who's seen a lot and keeps his guard up because of it. Behind the jokes and cold stare is someone who's lived through enough to know where the line is and how to protect what matters. Chuckyy may still be young, but he moves like someone who's been grown for a long time. Every joke hides a scar. Every shrug is part of the plan. He's not just surviving, he's staying one step ahead. If you like this video, Click on a video on either side to watch a video similar to this one.